state. Governor Newsom expanded mail-in voting because of the pandemic. Ballots can be dropped off starting today at ballot drop-off locations. They must be returned by November 3rd or postmarked on that date and received no later than November 20th. There are 16 ballot drop-off locations in the Coachella Valley. You can find a full list of those locations on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. On the ballot, you'll see Prop 23, a measure that deals with dialysis care. Over 80,000 Californians rely on it, and groups on both sides of the issue are trying to earn your vote. Olivia Sandusky joins us live from DaVita Dialysis Clinic with more on what this proposition means. Olivia.
Sarah, we saw a dialysis measure on the ballot back in 2018. That one didn't pass. Now we see it back here on this ballot with a lot of changes to it as unions and medical care groups battle it out over clinic requirements.
I couldn't last more than a couple of weeks without dialysis.
Jeffrey Roberts was diagnosed with kidney failure in 2018. He's relied on dialysis ever since.
Each one of us has our own attending physicians, and they work in conjunction with the center. It works very well. We have nurses on site, usually 2 at a time, and then a floor full of techs.
On the ballot this year is Prop 23, which would require chronic dialysis clinics to have one licensed physician present at their center while patients are being treated, in addition to their regular staff. And Jeffrey says he's voting against the measure.
Adding somebody into the equation who maybe hasn't examined you at all or has only a cursory familiarity with your health situation isn't really ideal in a situation where you're dealing with a life-threatening illness. And to add another doctor into the mix will add that much more to what is already a difficult cost.
But those who support Prop 23 say healthcare companies haven't invested enough in patient safety, and a licensed physician would help in emergencies.
I have seen many emergency situations. We have lost some patients, and maybe with the physician on site during business hours, we could have saved some lives.
The prop also requires clinics to report infections and get approval from the state before shutting down, which Emerson says will help keep more clinics open.
One clinic actually had to close down, which meant patients had to move. A lot of these patients have to choose, medication, transportation, and now we have to send patients to further facilities. You're putting that stress on the patients itself.
Now, this proposition is supported by the California Labor Federation. It's opposed by dialysis groups like DaVita and Fresenius. It's one of those important issues to read up on as those ballots come out today. But of course, propositions aren't the only thing to learn up on. We have a lot of local elections going on as well. For more on that, we'll send things over to our Nico Payne.
Thank you, Olivia. Palm Desert's current city council is comprised of 4 women and 1 man, none of whom are Latino, but that may change this coming election.